Welcome in. It is Meat Madness. As promised, as discussed, we have one job today. Our job is going to be to select the best meat, and we're going to throw up a ton of different cuts, and we're going to have the selection committee, that's ourselves, decide which meats reign supreme. So this is something we've been discussing for a few weeks now. Meat Madness is going to be a 16-seed bracket. We're going to figure out which of these cuts of meat. I believe we've gathered 42 potential selections that are going to be thrown up and discussed and bandied about and debated, and we are going to fill in our bracket today. It's pretty exciting, guys.
It is very exciting. There are a lot of hefty participants that could make the Sweet 16 here on Meat Madness. I will refer to Fletch or defer to Fletch. Did you print out said meat cuts?
I did, but they're in the newsroom printer right now.
Okay, all right, not a problem.
I'll run and get that.
That'd be great.
Do you
all
want
right.
I have the list. Do you want me to start reading off the list we have as Kat grabs a printed version?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. So we're going to go through the selections of meats that we have. Now, this is brought to us not only from our own minds, but all of you out there who called in, gave us the selected cuts that we should be throwing up here that could potentially make the bracket, guys.
That's right. So the choices we're going to have: filet mignon, porterhouse, ribeye, T-bone, prime rib, New York strip. You're seeing a theme. A lot of beef made the list. Flank steak, hanger steak, a tomahawk steak, beef brisket, tri-tip, chuck roast, beef ribs, beef jerky, pork spare ribs, pork chops. We're into the pig section of the list. Pork chops, pork tenderloin, bacon. Then we get to chicken. Fried chicken, roasted chicken, wings, chicken wings.
Big.
Yeah, huge. Turkey, ground beef, hot dogs, bratwurst, a full rack of lamb, lamb lollipops, salmon, fried cod, elk backstrap. A fish makes the list with fried cod. Another one, Ono Wahoo.
Okay.
Which is like a white fish, I believe.
Now, fried cod would be the fish and chips.
That's correct.
Okay.
We also have cold cuts, and that's kind of a more general. I mean, that includes your bologna, your liverwurst,
salami.
Thank you.
Turkey, ham. I mean, boar's head on the list here today, guys.
Lobster tail, crab meat.
Crazy.
So we're into the crustaceans now. Picanha, which is a Brazilian cut of meat. Langua?
Yeah, I didn't know how to spell it.
Okay, so I believe that's beef tongue. Okay.
Yeah, I went with langua.
And then a couple of late adds today to the list, more obscure cuts. The langua, the pork belly, liver, and blood sausage.
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't think that's going to make it far.
Just because of the name?
Well, I just don't think it's a widely loved type of meat.
I would agree. I don't know.
No.
Just the name alone, I'm out.
Before we get too much further, everybody, I'd like to point out it has been since July 31st, since the last time we went live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for everybody who's already jumped in. Paris, who used to watch us every single morning. Paris, shout out. What's going on? He says, let's go,
up,
brothers.
Paris? Let's
Add
go.
Wagyu steak to the list right now.
Wagyu
How have we not already?
steak.
Wagyu. Okay. All of a sudden, that's on the list. Somebody pencil that in on paper.
Do we have a pen over here and not our office?
Here's the funny thing. We have an office. We don't have any pens.
We do have a kegerator.
You want a Sharpie?
Actually, the Sharpie we may need for the whiteboard because I don't think
That's never going to come off?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. No, we have dry erase. You know what? Speaking of which, you know what, Fletch, if you could switch to the big board where we're going to fully discuss and start putting things on the list here. If you have a look, we have a picture of Mario Lopez for some reason. He's been hanging in our office for months and months and months.
That was the topic we were going to discuss on Big Rich, Seedy, and Fletch as Cat Fisher, thankfully, thank God, has fired up the ring lights. I'm going to go to an orange flavor. That's good.
Also, check this out. You remember the Pocky One Chip Challenge?
Oh, God, we almost died.
Ooh. Actually, yeah, that almost took out the three of us. As a matter of fact, that did kill a man or maybe a child.
It was a child.
It was a child.
teenager.
In Massachusetts. And then after that happened, and rest in peace, we had a hard time sourcing the Pocky One chip.
This was the couch that I found Rich passed out on just minutes after eating the chip.
Yeah, I was sitting. It looked like I had met my maker, but I made it through, and thankfully I did, because as we, oh boy, this is gonna take a. We're gonna need some cleaning solvent.
Hey, you know what? There was a.
There we go.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, nice. Lysol wipes. I don't know if those are going to work.
Former topics on the show: Swingers, My Generation, and Mario Lopez.
And a note from Travis's loving daughter.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, it says,
you guys suck. Travis's least favorite child.
Is she your least favorite?
No, it was a bit
Oh, okay.
that we did, and now it's a problem. Okay, Kat? They never let go of
So let's lay it
things.
out here, because the Meat Madness, we do have all these contributions. Our job today as the selection committee is to impartially add 16 from our list of about 40 down to a bracket. And
Right.
we're going to seed them. We're going to rank them. We're going to give you the matchups, which will begin on Thursday to coincide with the start of the Sweet 16 in that other less important tournament.
We had an orange microfiber towel that was, oh, maybe it went outside. No, never mind. Doesn't matter. Never matter. We're almost there. We've almost got a whiteboard clean. You would have thought we would have thought of this prior to the start of going live for the bracket.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't know that anything was thought of.
That's
PB San Diego saying, Lysol, are you seeing that arm wiggle by Big Rich? I'm thinking there might be a
I got
little,
lunch lady arms.
I'm thinking there.
Hey,
he's
and no
thinking
offense to any of the cafeteria workers across San Diego County, you do brave work. I don't know how you make it through every day.
By the way, cafeteria pizza.
Oh, the square one?
That would go on my bracket for
What,
top pizza.
seriously?
We used to have
Absolutely.
a square pizza, which all goes in the oven on one of those metal trays.
Yep.
With buttered noodles on the side.
Come on.
That was the best cafeteria.
Come on.
lunch I've ever had.
Buttered
No,
noodles.
The three of you love the pizza from 7-Eleven, so
That's
I'm
true.
not
That's
trusting
also
any
true.
of your pizza picks.
Well,
Rich, that
you
is a
haven't had it.
$75 poncho.
That is a decorative throw.
That
And look,
was-
desperate times come for desperate
that
men.
is a tequila poncho,
Correct.
which may come in handy on May 2nd, 2025. Save the date. That's all I'm going to say.
You
Okay.
want to get drunk with it? What?
What? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, almost lost that.
We should draw the bracket first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
so we got 8 on each side. We have
Oh my God.
we got the western side, we have the eastern side. We are the selection committee here for Meat Madness 2025.
Yes, that's correct.
Thought you were going to chime in
I'm
with
trying
something
to make
else.
sure that Rich is doing this right.
Yeah, the math is
Hang on.
right.
Good.
Hang
Are
on.
you
Hang on, I'm
winded
glad-
from
Fletch
cleaning
here.
that board?
Well, did you see all the scrubbing it took?
Yeah. I'm out of shape.
Incredible.
We could call you Scrub Daddy.
I already do.
Wow.
We
Fletch
absolutely
does,
could.
actually. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Now we get from the Sweet 16 into the Elite 8.
Okay.
It's
TD,
gonna
you remember when Rich went to Hawaii
look
and all
something
he
like
brought us
that.
back was this little guy?
You know what? I kept that on my dashboard for
Yeah.
quite some time. Now it sits in the 2-car arcade
Ooh,
up
good
in
news.
Valley Center, California.
While Rich finishes that up, let's give Kat a little tour of the office,
Yeah,
as well as
please.
anybody on YouTube. So that mayonnaise scented perfume up there,
Mm,
that's from Will Levis. He's the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans.
Seriously? Wait, let me smell it.
it's really good.
It's
really
yeah, it's great.
It's
Yeah.
really
And then
good.
directly next to it is a little jar of sand, Kat. If you
Oh, yeah.
see,
There we go.
Travis Dale actually flew all the way to Tampa Bay the day after Tom Brady
I
retired
did.
and went and found his butt imprint on the beach where he shot
Right.
his retirement video
That's right.
and grabbed that for Big Rich.
That
No.
is Tom Brady ass
100%.
send. That is Tom Brady ass send. So
How did you know it was the print, though?
He did some triangulation.
there's
with
a
the
certificate of authenticity behind you,
video. Look right there.
which you can see is signed.
100% genuine Tom Brady ass sand.
That is correct.
That is
correct.
really insane.
Kat, if you'll keep looking over to the right there,
Uh-huh.
our guy Jerome
Jeremy.
Oh, I've
sent us
never
in a
met
Christmas
him.
card.
Oh, right
That's
here. Got it. No, I have met Jeremy.
right in front. There is the kegerator. If you would like to enjoy some.
Now, did one of you bring this monster out to crack?
yeah, it's a 2 monster day. So I'll go
I
ahead.
already
and get
had
that started.
two, so I'm in
I
trouble.
keep smelling this
Ooh.
this cologne. It's not. This is supposed to be mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. I don't know.
TD,
Fletch, can we try it out on you?
Inspired.
The secret may be out. Paris is already guessing. No, whoa. We've done
Oh,
that
there's no
before.
You don't like
There's
the
no-
smell of
yeah,
it?
stays
it'll
around
stay-
for a
it'll stay
long
with you.
Oh,
time.
really?
I'm gonna fire up the music again now that we have the bracket
my
drawn.
gosh.
Which one is it?
Well, I got it. I already nailed it. It's playing.
Oh.
Only I can hear because I'm the only one with headphones. All right. So to start out here, on the western side, I am going to go ahead and throw out a cut of meat that, in my personal opinion, should be a number 1 seed. It is a cut of meat that always comes out when there's a fancy occasion. It's always at the top of the list of any menu at any steakhouse. And I'm talking about the filet mignon.
Okay.
That should not be at once.
The filet mignon is tender. It's lean. It's fancy,
Mm-hmm.
as discussed. Some of these cuts cost more than my first car. If we're going to put filet mignon on and it doesn't make a 1 seed, then where should it be
It's
seed?
not a 1 seed. I'll tell you why. Because there are restaurant quality meats that are going to be more flavorful that should move up further on the list.
Interesting.
If I'm sitting at a, let's say, Morton's nice steakhouse or
Okay.
the Remy just down the street, I would never go with the sirloin because it's the least fatty, meaning least flavorful.
Let me ask you
would
this
go
question.
ribeye or New York.
Okay, so maybe what we should do is select what meats should appear in the Sweet 16,
And then seed them.
or I should say the Meat 16, and
I
then
like
seed
that.
them.
I like
So
that.
filet, does it make the list?
Yes.
Filet makes the list. Okay, so FM, filet mignon is going to be considered. Okay.
All right. So does anybody else have one they want to throw out
I would
before we
say
start going down the
tomahawk
list?
100% needs to be on the list.
See, now I would disagree here. I think it's too obscure
We're
to
gonna
make
fight.
the list of 16. Now, I love it. I love the presentation. I love the 3-inch thick tomahawk hitting the grill. I think it's beautiful. However,
PB San Diego, not a fan. Filet mignons are the high maintenance choice for meat eaters.
listen, I'm
Doesn't
just
even think
saying.
it should be on the list.
I think it should be on the list
Okay.
because I'm telling you right now, Cat Fisher, if you were to name a piece of meat, would you say filet is one you would throw out, not being a meat eater?
Yes.
Would you say tomahawk?
Tomahawk? I've never even heard of
Thank you.
before.
Okay, listen,
brought
not
it
only
into the
delicious, but also a weapon. I think it should go on a maybe category.
Okay.
It
How
tastes
would
like
tomahawk
victory.
not be on there.
Well, just
I'm
write-
sorry.
Let's just write it down as a maybe for now. We'll
Okay.
come back to tomahawk. Filet
Well,
mignon
let's
has
circle
to
it
be
on the
there.
list.
Okay, we'll circle that on the list. May I offer another piece of beef? And for me, this is my favorite. I don't know if it makes the list, the final 16 here, but porterhouse has to be discussed. It's filet, it's strip, it's best of both worlds. It's when you can't decide.
So if we put the porterhouse down, then we should not have either the New York strip and the filet mignon on at all. You could put the porterhouse and get the best of all three.
But the porterhouse is a standalone steak.
But it includes 2 steaks that also could be on this list. In conservation of space, time, and energy, I feel like we should just put porterhouse and not have filet or New York on there.
That seems ludicrous. You
think that all
are
three
you
of
are
them are gonna be
such a filet hater.
Here's the deal: we're trying to go from 40 down to 16. All 3 of those can't take up spots.
Oh, they certainly can.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, they certainly
why not?
can.
A strip, you know, a strip is where I would go.
We are
I would
gonna
like a
have to
strip.
go with the best of the best. So some things just aren't in that category.
That's right.
Okay, but here, if we're listening to TD the whole time, anything seafood is not going to make this at all.
100%.
That's ridiculous.
All right.
Why is that ridiculous?
Here's where we're
Cat
at.
doesn't even think it's meat.
I don't.
Here's where we're at right
think
now,
it's
Fletch.
seafood.
You got to circle filet mignon. It's on the list. You got to circle porterhouse, and you got to put a question mark next to tomahawk, and you just have to deal with that for a second.
Okay, but
Just
if
for a
if porterhouse is making the list along with filet, is strip on the list?
A New York strip.
It has to be. It has to
I
be.
would agree. It has to be, which is why I'm saying just put the effing porterhouse on there.
You know what? New
Which
York
we can
strip
cuss, by the
New
way.
York
Cat,
strip-
let it rip.
is going on the list. NY strip.
Cat, say that for it.
No, definitely not.
Well, come on, Cat. Come on.
I don't,
just say
I don't
that
know
for
where
it.
this live is going. I'm not going to do it.
Fun.
Oh, it's going across the globe.
This is fun, you guys.
super
Yes.
fun.
All right. Okay. So far, we have 3 steaks that I believe make the bracket.
Rich,
Filet
we got a
mignon.
big fan in the chat for you. Says Vanna White has nothing on Big Rich.
That's
That's right. That's right.
Wait till I start wearing my revealing gowns as we get closer and closer to naming a champion.
Now, do we want to talk about Cat's selection?
No,
You don't want to get there?
we're not talking about tofu.
No,
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm
okay.
talking about beef jerky. That is
Oh
a
my
sneaky
God.
pick.
I
Yeah,
think it's
BJ
got to
needs
go
to be on
up
the list.
there.
Yeah,
BJ's up.
BJ is up on the list. I do agree. I feel like that
Because
one is a sneaky
Here's
one.
what's great about the BJ is that you can take it on the go. You don't have to prepare it. You can just grab and take it. We like that about the BJ.
She said that.
She said all those things. Isolate.
Clip.
Okay.
Okay.
Jarvis, isolate that clip. Thank you.
Okay.
We're
I
going.
would say though.
Jarvis, please increase sassiness by 15%. Thank you.
But yeah, BJ's on the list.
Okay,
It's up there.
Here's another
Beef
one I'm going
jerky.
to throw out. Bacon.
Bacon should be on the list.
Bacon given to us by Navy Dave and Gwen. I think bacon is a strong pull.
Okay. Bacon 1000% needs to be on the list. Bacon's always there for you.
So
it's there for you in the morning. It's there for you to make lobster tail taste better. It's there for you to include fat with a lean filet cut.
How about this? Oh, yeah. Without the bacon, the filet doesn't really taste like anything.
How about this? Bacon on a cheeseburger.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that burger sucks? Put bacon on it.
Hey, guess what makes lettuce and tomato actually taste good?
Bacon. Yeah, I agree. Bacon.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like a BLT delicious sandwich, mayo does a lot for me. It supplies the tang, but the bacon's doing all the work.
But check this out. If you have a BLT and you leave off the L and the T, that's fine.
Just a bacon sandwich?
You heard it here, Kat.
If there's a Golden Buzzer Award, bacon gets my first 1 seed.
Okay, wow.
A 1 seed for bacon?
I would say so.
Wow.
Listen, I love bacon.
Hey, are we
Is
going
it
to
a
write
1 seed?
our first seed on the board?
I think it
A
deserves
1
to be.
seed
Think
for
about
bacon.
everything
Now,
we just went
hold
through.
on,
We
though.
all disagreed about something. The only one that we had 100% agreement on is bacon, therefore 1 seed.
Fair observation.
But hold on.
Yeah.
You're talking strip, porterhouse, filet. None of those are 1 seed?
You know what?
Still three more ones.
You know what? Golden buzzer. The pick is in.
Bacon takes
Wow.
the first
I don't know if it should be the number
seed.
one overall. I might throw it on like the bottom right 1
Holy
seed,
smokes.
but I do agree it should be a 1.
It's
Okay,
a
well,
1 seed.
it's currently on the western side of the bracket. Does bacon stay western? Does it has a western flair?
Yeah.
We're going bacon.
I mean, just think about the
Yeah.
cheeseburger I just was talking about.
Right,
Bacon Western cheese.
if I'm thinking I'm sitting at home with Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, we're probably having bacon.
I'm also going to say this out loud, and Kat being our resident vegetarian, bacon's the reason why she cries herself to sleep every night.
No, because tempeh exists. I just use that instead.
Oh my God,
we don't even know.
awful.
Okay,
By the way,
here-
that is a
God,
city
Kat, you
in
gotta take a lap.
Arizona. That
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah.
You're just catching up on the list here. SD Rob, what about a marinade bracket? One thing at a time, pal.
Whoa.
Tucker
my
Caddy,
goodness.
we love the BJ. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Beef jerky. Josh Tiller, venison needs to be on there. What's going on, Josh? And then
Venison. It will be talked about.
PB
Yeah.
San Diego, bacon sandwiches are already a thing.
Jeez, yeah, dude.
It's
Thank
just
you.
called
Okay.
toast.
I'm just going to
Bacon on
leave the
toast.
we love the BJ
It's called a
comment
bacon
up on the
sandwich.
bottom of the screen for a while.
That's fine. That's good.
All right.
We need that there. Okay, now let me ask if we can eliminate one, I think, because if we're going to have porterhouse, you kind of have to get rid of T-bone, yeah? Because they're the same.
It's the
I
same
would
thing.
say just put porterhouse up.
You are
and
just a
get
filet
rid of
hater.
Filet mignon, get rid of New York strip. Porterhouse incorporates both of them.
I agree with Rich's assessment here. T-bone's going to be taken off the list.
I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. Porterhouse still in contention. Filet still in contention. Strip still in contention. How about a flank steak?
Flank steak.
How does anybody
So
feel?
flank steaks, the most useful version of it is either chopped up and made into a stir fry, chopped up and made into carne asada. Flank steak is very versatile.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically it's a grill meat.
Yeah.
That's where you're highlighting it on the grill.
But it's lean and still tasty.
It is, but hey,
It marinates well.
we're getting into that space though where it needs an assist.
I'm
Okay.
cool getting flank steak gone.
Flank steak's off the list.
How do you feel about that, Kat?
I have no.
You don't even know what a
opi-
flank steak
I have
is.
no opinion on the flank steak.
I'll tell you what, I love a flank steak. I don't know if it's top 16 for me because chuck roast is also on the list that you could do a lot of the stuff with chuck roast that you would do with a flank steak.
Gosh,
Okay, all
chuck
right.
roast.
All right.
Okay, let me look at what my notes on chuck roast. I wrote a couple things down. Slow cooked and hearty. Grandma's secret to feeding 12 on a Tuesday.
That's true.
You got a surprise
True.
visit coming up. She says, give me 4 hours. I'm going to throw this sucker in the mic. I'm going to defrost it. And then we're eating stew, kids.
Well, flank steak, you bring up something important, which is also brought up on the YouTube chat, that it is a cheap cut.
Oh, yeah.
Flank?
Flank steak, yeah.
Flank.
So if you haven't gotten paid in a while, that's what PB San Diego said. That's you're going to go with a flank steak.
Oh.
I don't think we need to take into account the benefits of flank steak on the best bracket ever for meat because money is no option.
This is meat madness.
Okay,
You know,
so-
and some people are
We
going to
want
be
the
mad.
best.
What were you were doing chuck roast?
We were talking chuck roast. It's a stew meat. Okay.
I don't think chuck roast should be top 16.
No.
I don't either.
Agreed.
I could say you could say no on chuck roast, even though there's versatility there, even though your grandma can feed 12 people with it, even though what was the
In
first
that
thing you
case,
said?
let's go.
Oh,
chuck
hearty.
roast,
Those are all things that people describe me with, by the way.
Yeah.
chuck roast gone.
Feed a
flank
family of
steak,
12.
gone.
but only by your grandma.
Starting to make some tough
That's
decisions
right.
here.
Which one did you say?
Chuck roast and flank steak both gone.
Chuck roast
Okay.
and flank.
Okay,
Chuck roast
scribble
and
'em
flank
off
off the
okay.
list. Okay.
Let me offer a really interesting battle that I feel like it's sort of like the show Highlander. There can only be one.
Mm-hmm.
Beef ribs, pork ribs. Which one stays?
Ooh.
Which one goes?
I love my baby, baby.
So beef ribs. Let's talk about where we were introduced to beef ribs. It was during the introductory scenes of the Flintstones. All of a sudden,
Ooh.
there's a giant dinosaur rack that gets put on the side of the car, tips
Brontosaurus.
over. Yep. Oh yeah, it was Brontosaurus
That's
ribs.
when we're introduced to beef ribs.
That
what
is
you're
correct.
saying?
That is correct. In the Mesozoic era.
I'm gonna call
Thank you.
Bull. Cat
Yeah.
cuss for us.
Meaty, primal. It's when you want to look like a caveman at dinner. Beef ribs really check a lot of boxes.
There's a
However,
time- if you
Also
wanna
sounds
look
like you're
like a
describing me.
pork ribs. Let's talk about pork ribs for a second.
like
Fatty,
Yeah.
juicy, long cooked, falling off the bone. You can dry rub them, which I do often, or marinate them and slather them with delicious butter, brown sugar, barbecue sauce.
Here's the thing: we are the selection committee. We get to make our rules on this. Just put ribs.
Just ribs?
Just ribs.
I don't
Just
think we need to
Specify?
specify what ribs we're eating. Just put ribs.
I like the way you think.
I think we're putting
Okay,
just,
just
ribs.
ribs.
Look, this
Oh
is the
my
equivalent.
God.
So the North
Golly.
Carolina athletic director was on the selection committee. North Carolina sneaks in. We're on the selection committee. Ribs
But
sneak in.
this is a little bit like UNC and also North Carolina A&T making the tournament.
Wilmington.
It's just like, well, they're from the
Yeah.
same state.
Just one team, one super team.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Ag and Tech is adding to UNC.
It does feel a little wrong.
Nope. I'm good
Okay.
with it.
Okay.
Maybe
all
San
right.
Diego
The
said
cat
Fletch just
final
broke the
decision.
matrix.
Just ribs?
Just ribs.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Ribbit.
What should
Okay.
we move on to?
Like
Well-
a frog.
How about this? One that Fletch ponied up. You can only get it on the West Coast.
Popular on the West Coast.
Well, it's hard to find anywhere outside of the Fresno
No,
metropolitan
dude,
area.
okay. Rich, you did the history. I'm doing the history. Standing up for this one.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Out of a seat.
In the 50s, in Santa Maria, which is a little town on the west coast, the central coast of California, they came up with this idea of, hey, you know this part of the cow that we always just throw away? What if we cooked it low and slow and made it tender? Because
By the
that
way-
was the problem.
Santa Maria, also my favorite of the Columbus boats. Go
Yep.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Maria is a little
I
town
like
right
it,
next
Nina.
to San Luis Obispo, which is where I went to college. So Santa Maria style tri-tip was they would cook it slower so it would become tender because otherwise it was just too tough to eat. Tri-tip sandwiches were invented, which is now a top food for me, period. I would also have tri-tip as a 1 seed. Most people will not.
We're talking tri-tip. Quick questions. So, in your history lesson, prior to the good folks of Santa Maria saying we're going to cook this piece of meat low and slow, they took it and threw it in the garbage can.
Mhm.
Okay.
I do want to give some
But
love
to
to
this-
the Pinta. Good boat.
I would
Good
also
boat. Solid
to
boat.
this
Good boat.
day,
Took all three.
most
Took all
butchers on the East Coast
Mhm.
will take their tri-tip and ship it out west because they don't have as much demand for it.
Okay, listen, it is California's gift to the rest of the country. I'll admit that. And it's not tofu. So there is that as well. Tri-tip needs to be on the bracket.
Yes,
Let's
yeah,
throw
I
tri-tip
agree.
on the
I
bracket.
do
Think about-
like the
okay.
cook a tri-tip.
Padres
It's
get
fun.
going this Thursday, right? At Petco Park, Seaside Market, the Cardiff Crack,
Yep.
tri-tip
Yep.
sandwiches.
Yep.
Very
Best
San
thing in
Diego.
the ballpark,
Yep. No, I agree. with you.
tri-tip sandwiches.
I agree.
Okay.
I was just joshing you.
Okay.
Right?
Josh Tiller on the YouTube chat. Tri-tip is definitely a West Coast thing. I'm from the East Coast and have not eaten as much tri-tip until I got here.
That's fair.
Did you pay him
That's
to
fair.
do that?
Yeah.
What up,
wait.
Josh?
Checks
Wow,
in the mail,
okay,
Josh.
brother Alex.
Yeah.
His name's Josh, dude.
Hey, what's up, Jamie?
Tri-tip, tri-tip's on the list. Got you there. Okay, ribs, beef ribs. We went no good.
What
there.
about hanger steak?
Hanger steak. All right, hanger. Here's my
The hanger,
notes.
the bangers, the roadies, the dogs.
It's tender.
It's one that we don't eat as
beefy.
often.
It's the chef's cut. It basically it just hangs out there. You know what I mean? It's
It's the hanger.
It's the hanger, man. It's the go-to when you show up to the butcher shop and all the prime cuts are taken. You're like, you know what, hanger steak, and you're never having a bad time.
I mean, it's all you almost described. I Heart Cool Guy.
That is
hanging
true.
out.
We have
hanging out.
we have a guy who works here.
Now-
We've nicknamed I Heart Cool Guy. We will never mention his name on air, but that guy says only cool
The
stuff.
only time I ever
Say
actually
cool
have
guy.
hanger steaks are at like a gyukaku, like a Japanese barbecue where you're cooking yourself.
Are we
sorry.
talking beef jerky again?
Yeah.
No, gyukaku, which is a restaurant in San Diego. There's 2 locations.
Yeah.
One
You
up
sure?
in like past here.
This is a children's
To be
show.
honest with you, you could injure,
GYUKAKU.
yourself if you try that position without stretching.
That
But
is
they have a
correct.
hanger steak, and it's effing incredible, man.
Man,
They have a-
the IU cock you.
Could you put a question mark next to hanger steak?
Yep.
Okay,
All
let's
I
for now.
don't know that it makes the list.
It's a beautiful cut of meat. I've had nothing, like I said, nothing but a good time with
We've
hanger
been
steak.
stuck in the beef category. We got to get more. And
Okay. All right,
Dude,
then
there's
how
more-
about this one?
there's
We're
more
gonna throw it out.
things.
We're gonna throw it out right here. Wings.
On the list.
Wings on the
On the
list.
list.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
absolutely.
But here we go, because fried chicken also deserves a place on the list.
Yeah, and I feel like you
Gosh.
can only choose one: wings or fried chick.
Why can you only choose one?
I don't know
We
because it's
only have
almost the same
16
thing.
spots.
Well, it's not almost the same thing.
Wings are fried typically.
They don't
Oh,
have
she
to
does
be
make
fried.
a point. Yeah. Oh.
I prefer a roasted wing, though.
Okay.
It's
Now
bougie.
we're getting into the thing. All right. You can also barbecue wings.
I prefer a boiled wing.
Ew.
Okay. Hang on. Hang
I
on.
can see that
While we're
about
at
you,
it, though,
actually.
A boiled
I'm
wing.
kidding.
I like to put it in a pot with copious amounts of water and eat them seasonless.
Yeah, with feathers.
CD, you are just redneck enough to where I would imagine, like, I swear to God, if you boil these in Mountain Dew, it tastes amazing.
You know what? I might try it. I call that sweet and sour.
Folks, his graduating class was 27. Okay, so
66.
God. Okay, so let me throw in some haywire in here. Fried chicken, rotisserie chicken, wings. I mean, are we gonna just battle it out and just put one from the chicken category? I mean,
If there's only one, my win would be fried chicken.
If
Not
there's only
chicken
But you don't
wings.
think
fried
chicken deserves 2 spots?
It might deserve.
I think
to.
it deserves all. I love pollo asada.
Because I mean, if you're talking chicken in general, a rotisserie chicken.
okay, hang on. What would win between fried chicken and rotisserie chicken? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fried
chicken.
So fried chicken has to be on the list.
Okay.
What
all right.
okay,
But-
what wins between rotisserie chicken and wings? 1, 2, 3.
Wings.
Yeah.
Put them
so
both on.
yeah. I think you have to put them both on
We gotta put
because
them both
wings to me is a different experience than fried chicken. I
Completely
don't
agree.
go to KFC and go. I should get a bucket of wings. I have done that. It cost $75. Not kidding.
One bucket.
One bucket. They were like
That's
$3
not true.
a piece. Yeah, it was
That's not
crazy.
true.
Let's call KFC. Yeah, KFC. I know you're watching. If you
Hey,
could just chime in on this.
Colonel, I know this is going to take an hour and a half at the drive-thru, but I need 75 flappers
Yeah,
ASAP.
I actually said, "Could I just get a bucket of only wings?" There was a very long pause. I'm assuming he was asking a manager. He did come back and say, "Yeah, we can do that for you." Cool, great. I came up to the window and they told me the price. It was like $75.20.
They didn't warn you first.
Nah, she's
Hey,
got a bucket of
Rich.
wings.
That's
Yo.
crazy.
How many do we have up here right now?
Okay, currently we have filet mignon, porterhouse, New York strip, beef jerky, bacon, ribs, tri-tip, wings, fried chicken. We're up to 9.
Okay.
So we've already passed the halfway mark.
We gotta pick it up a little bit here.
because
Yeah,
also
we
have
haven't
to
even gone
these.
seafood.
Oh my God.
Right.
I'm thinking about it. Do we even need it?
Yes.
Actually, there is one cut of meat that I would say should make this list. That is seafood,
Ooh.
Lobster.
lobster.
Oh,
it should
I
be
thought
lobster.
you were gonna say crab.
But I would say
Nah,
lobster.
we don't like crab,
I would
sir.
say tuna.
A rare
tuna.
ahi tuna. I like it on sushi. I like it.
I like it in a can.
Oh
I
my
like it
God.
again.
Deep
Oh my
front
God.
door.
Okay.
No, but tuna, you think about poke bowls, you think about sushi.
I never think that. Okay, crazy.
Tuna should.
Tuna might need to make the list here, and I didn't even think about it.
Okay,
I will
so
say, even before I was vegetarian, I didn't eat seafood. However, I did eat tuna. I like tuna.
I'll eat tuna right now
yeah,
out of a can.
don't buy. Don't. I'm
See,
not
but
gonna.
not the canned tuna.
Canned
That's something
tuna.
with a good
Canned tuna.
time.
I
The canned
agree.
tuna.
Canned tuna is good.
Hey,
Fresh tuna.
Cat, if you opened up a can of canned tuna for portion Nala, your kitty cats.
Oh, all 3 of us would be interested.
Woo!
Okay.
Tuna just made the list to make the bracket.
Does
Okay.
lobster also make the list?
It's either going to be lobster or crab. There's not room for both.
Okay.
Wood
on the count of 3.
crustacean wins.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lobster.
I was gonna say crab.
No, you got outvoted.
Yeah, it's
Lobster.
3-1.
You know, funny thing about crabs, apparently you can catch them on a submarine from the top bunk.
That is correct.
They'll crawl
That
down.
is correct.
We learned that on a
Mhm.
real submarine when we were discussing with the Navy seamen who board the submarine about their sleeping racks.
Mhm.
I hear they eat lots of BJs on the
God, you are a
beef
sick
jerkies.
man.
Beef jerkies.
Okay.
I feel like with lobster, it's never steak and crab.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I've
Steak and
had
lobster.
I've had good.
Yeah, but
steak
can
and
you
crab.
have a lobster cake?
Yeah,
Like the way that you can a crab cake?
I can. I'll scrape that right in the garbage can.
Okay, let's get back to pork real quick because we threw bacon up there as a 1 seed. It's our only seed listed so far as bacon.
Pork chops, pork tenderloin, pork belly.
Okay,
Lots of
pork
options.
belly.
I like all of it.
It's
Pork sausage.
Pork belly is basically bacon before it hit puberty.
Correct. Yeah. So pork belly, I would say we have a representation of that on the board.
Do you know that the secret ingredient in my queso that we made a little bit ago was pork belly?
I will say this though, pork belly is like bacon before it can get its learner's permit. It's growing a terrible mustache. Like pork belly, if you screw it up, you're having a bad time. There's almost no way to screw up bacon.
Well, pork belly is essentially bacon that hasn't been cut thin,
Correct.
Yeah.
so it's already up there.
Yeah,
Move on from it.
we're
Okay.
moving on.
Okay.
Well, how about a pork chop or a pork tenderloin?
Okay, pork chops, juicy or dry, dealer's choice. It's the pork lottery. Either you're going to chew forever or you're just going to have it
That's true.
slide down the gullet.
That is
Well,
true.
if you undercook pork chops, you're dead. If you overcook pork chops, they don't taste very good. It's hard to hit that
Yeah,
middle
but you can
ground.
say that with chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this about the tenderloin, though, because pork chop's very close nephew or cousin to the tenderloin. Basically, the tenderloin is the filet mignon of the pig.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I feel like tenderloin takes an advantage. However, a fried pork chop with some gravy.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, we
Golly,
didn't even
some
talk
cornbread.
about
Like-
a pork
I'm just-
shoulder on the smoker.
Well,
Oh, we didn't talk about
Gosh, are
that.
we gonna
but
throw
first we're gonna
that
talk
in?
about pork chops.
What did he make that? What did you make that one year at TD? The
A pork shoulder, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
pulled
That
pork.
was
Hey,
good.
okay, so here's my problem with tenderloin. Tenderloin is like if a pig showed up wearing a tuxedo.
Would you say go away?
A pork,
Tuxedo t-shirt.
no, a pork chop is a tuxedo T-shirt.
And I'm in the
True.
front row of Led
That's
Zeppelin.
true.
I'm telling you right now.
Hammer drunk.
You throw a little stuffing on top of that mullet-wearing pig with a tuxedo shirt, and you throw them in the oven at 350 for about 25. You're having a good time. You're having a real good time.
So what are we saying? Tenderloin or chop? You guys choose.
I want a
I'm
bigger
out.
bracket.
I'll do. You want a
want a
bigger
bigger
bracket?
bracket. I
Oh, I
want
thought you
more.
said you wanted.
Give me chops.
I think you're right. I think you're
I
right.
agree.
Pork chops. Oh my
I
God.
like where your head's at, Cat. You okay with chops?
Yeah, I feel like growing up we had pork chops with applesauce.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dog.
Is that a normal thing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
I mean, literally, I used to say it with a lisp because it sounds funny. Pork chops to apple chops. I don't know why, but it does. And I love it.
We should make that today. How many are we at right now?
I think
Okay.
that's
1, 2, 3,
Hang
4,
on.
5, 6,
One
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got to get 4 quick because we
Okay.
got to get them up on the
Ground
board.
beef hamburger.
Oh my God.
Does that make the
Yes,
list?
come on.
I feel
Come
like that's
on.
an American staple.
Ground beef.
I mean, I cook it more than anything.
Same.
Tacos, meatloaf. Can
Yeah,
you imagine
and
life without
burgers.
those things?
Yeah, right.
Burgers. Yeah,
Yeah,
ground beef.
you got to put ground beef on there.
So we're throwing the GB up there, not to be confused with BJ.
That is correct.
I don't know
about-
if it was even on our list. Did we talk about chorizo?
Sweet Jesus. It's like you think
That
you've got
goes
it
under
all.
sausage.
Yeah, that we did
Okay.
talk about sausage, so I
Okay.
guess so.
Wait a second.
A
Is
brat?
sausage just its own
It's
category?
elite if it is.
A s-
Because you go
sausage
brats,
all encompassing.
brats, Louisiana hots, hot Italian
Wait.
sausage, mild Italian
Are
sausage.
hot dogs considered sausages?
Yeah.
I'd say for the purposes of this bracket, yes.
Do we say sausages?
Sausages on the list.
We say sausages just like we said ribs.
Sausages slash hot dogs? Is that one seed?
Mm.
Oh, that seems too strong of a
See, but here's the
seed.
thing: I would be okay with sausage making the bracket and hot dogs not.
Yeah, because hot dogs are gross.
No,
the
you
hell?
shut your mouth.
What are you talking about?
No one knows what they
No.
actually consist of.
You know what? You gave us a
cares?
vegan hot
Of
dog that
love.
almost killed us.
Right.
Well, I don't even eat vegan hot dogs.
Jesus.
you all
Why
quickly
did you
found
want
out
to
why.
jam them down our gullet?
Oh yeah, I didn't buy him Fletch bottom.
You bought us a hot dog
Oh yeah,
toaster.
you did buy us a hot dog
I
toaster.
did, and we haven't used that in a while.
We should fire it up today with some pork chops.
yeah.
We're making hot dogs and sausage its own.
I don't think so. I think hot dogs gets left off, sausage stays.
I agree.
What?
so.
Do you know how blasphemous it would be if hot dogs, an American staple,
I
literally
agree.
that was the bottom of the
But
food
then
pyramid in
it's
my
taking
household?
up another spot. You cannot go hot dog slash sausage.
So you're going to go hot dogs and sausage? Because I would make a case both of those should make this list.
I would say yes. You can't go slashes because if
Well-
you could go slashes, then we're gonna throw a lot of slashes.
Okay,
up
so
here.
check this out. Check this out. What if they're seated and they go head to head round one?
Oh my God. Okay. Hot dog and sausage make independent seeds. The
They're
selection
not both
committee
one seeds.
have.
That's an insane thing to
I'm not
say.
saying one.
I agree.
Okay.
It'd be like a 4-8.
It's gonna happen.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Hmm.
13, 14, 15. We only have room for one more. I'm going to give you guys the remaining list.
And should we leave it up to YouTube?
It's full rack of lamb.
Mm.
It's lamb lollipops. It's salmon. It's fried cod. It's wahoo. We've already discussed crab. That got voted off. It's
Cold cuts.
cold cut, picanha, elk backstrap, linguica or lingua. What else? We talked about pork belly, liver, or I guess organ meat. We have to discuss that.
We don't.
We don't need to discuss.
That's
No.
gone.
Ain't no way
Okay.
liver's making top 16.
Turkey. Does turkey make the list?
No, you eat it once a year.
An American
I eat it
pastime.
4 times a year.
You
Thank
have
you.
like 4 Thanksgivings.
That's
yeah, but
correct.
people have turkey like sandwiches.
Right,
that's pretty
included
common.
in cold cuts.
That's cold cuts.
I'm trying to
Got
see
it.
if we
Is
miss
cold
any.
cuts on
Oh
the
my
list?
God. This is an unbelievable oversight. This is an unbelievable
What did we
oversight.
miss? What did we miss?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet to discuss brisket.
Oh my!
I thought CD was going to say that was
God.
his 1 seed.
Okay, brisket or cold cuts of the two that we
Brisket.
brought
brisket. There's no way. Brisket. They're both on the table.
up. Yeah, that's a good
You're
point.
not
Okay.
walking up and grabbing
So, yeah,
salami.
Let's go brisket, and then let's rip through here one time quickly and see if we can chop anything.
I
Because I would
almost-
like to make room for something else.
I almost don't know if cold cuts beats hot dogs.
I think it would, personally.
And of seafood, do we think that tuna beats salmon?
What did we throw?
Yeah, tuna because it's more. I'll eat tuna.
We got question marks next to filet mignon,
Out of a
porterhouse,
can.
and New York strip because I think those are all the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say
wait.
just put the porterhouse on the list.
So
The porterhouse is up there.
We
The
have a-
filet and the strip have to be up there. It feels like.
All 3 of them cannot be.
Oh my
You can
God.
leave the filet in the New York strip, get rid of the porterhouse, get rid of the filet and the New York strip, keep the porterhouse.
I don't think. I think you'd have to remove porterhouse before you remove
I'm good with
filet
that.
and
Take
strip.
porterhouse
You have to. You have
Are
to
we-
take porterhouse off the list.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable!
Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to be
That
honest with
just
you, though. Here's the crazy thing about this. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, so what takes its place? Is it salmon? Is it cold cuts? Are we sure we want porterhouse off the list?
So I think the same reasoning we threw ground beef back in because we have it the most. I don't know about you guys. I eat cold cuts more than just about anything on the list other than bacon and ground beef.
So we're saying cold cuts is in. We're saying porterhouse is out.
Yeah, just think about that. The way that sounds.
I know it sounds
Okay,
insane.
you just said
At least
baloney.
I understand. The cold cut combo from Subway is my go-to though.
I do
Yeah,
like
but
a cold cut
because
combo.
It's cheap. It's easily accessible. So that doesn't make it the best, though.
No, it doesn't. But if we're talking about what we eat more than anything else,
I'm
cold cuts for sure is up there.
I'm going to make a huge case for cold cuts right now.
Because
Let's hear
every homemade lunch has cold cuts.
Pepperoni.
It's a good one.
Pepperoni would fall under cold cuts. Pepperoni goes on pizza. There's not much else there that's going on a pizza.
Without cold,
Sausage.
well, sausage.
Yeah,
She's right,
bacon.
thank you.
Mhm.
What about
With-
dark forest ham, roasted turkey?
Dark forest.
All right,
ham.
I'm
You
helping
went
your
deep
side.
in the weeds right off the bat.
I'm helping your side. Charcuterie boards.
Yep.
We
Yep.
love charcuterie
We do.
boards.
You're
We
good.
really
You're
do.
good at making them, Rich.
Well, thank you. I mean, look, it's a gift and a curse because once you make one, everybody
Prosciutto.
wants them.
It's true.
God,
Prosciutto,
okay.
would you
All right,
consider
all
that a
right,
cold
all
cut?
right, all right.
That
Cold,
would be a cold cut.
I would think so.
It'd be a cold cut.
Cold cuts are on.
So is that 16?
that's 16. That's okay. So here for review before we seed them.
On the comments, listen close because this is what we have so far. We may need your help.
We're gonna have to seed them if this is the final list. But here we go: filet mignon, New York strip, beef jerky, bacon, ribs of any kind, tri-tip, wings, fried chicken, 2 from the chicken category, tuna, lobster. We're going into the ocean, folks. Pork chops, GB, ground beef, an American staple, hot dogs. Sausage finds its way onto the bracket, brisket, and in 16th place, cold cuts.
Unbelievable. It could be a Cinderella story.
Are we sure that's the list?
Let's see here. We sure we have 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Josh
6,
in the
7, 8,
comments
9,
says that
10, 11.
pepperoni could fall under sausage.
Pepperoni
Ooh,
could
fall under
That's
sausage.
true.
That is also true.
Yeah, but you wouldn't call it a pepperoni sausage. Otherwise, people would think you're insane.
I would
If
eat that
anybody
though.
said,
I would
"Can I
eat
have
that so
a
fast.
pepperoni sausage pizza. Do you know what would happen? You would have pepperoni and sausage
That
on
is
your
true.
pizza.
That is also true.
Paris in the comments calling the 1 seed wings, bacon, lobster, and filet.
You know what? Maybe they should just be a combined 1 seed. All of those things.
All those,
Yeah.
there would be a juggernaut.
It would be like UConn last year.
So
Oh
we
my
have a
God,
couple
they're
options
torching the
here.
field.
If we want to make it a little more like March Madness, 1 through 16 is the only things that are available. If we want to make it more like best bracket ever, we have 4 1 seeds and then 2, 3, 4 on each side.
Okay. I think maybe we do 2 1 seeds and we list them through 8.
I like
so the
that.
1 plays the 8 on each side of the bracket.
Yeah, I like that.
Perfect.
Does
Okay.
that make sense to
Yep.
everybody?
So let's get into it.
Let's get on. We have number 1 on the western side is Bacon. It has been chosen. Let's go to the eastern side and take the number 1 seed from the east. Man, from the east, it's hard not to say Lobster comes in on a number 1 seed coming from the east, but
Yeah.
What's
but I don't
going
know.
on
We don't
underneath
need
you?
Lobster to be a 1. That's insane.
I don't want it to be. I'm just saying it
No,
seems
dude.
like an eastern thing.
No, okay. If Bacon is a 1 seed, if we're all fine with that, great. I'm fine knocking it down to maybe 2 or 3. That was when I thought there was 4 1 seeds. We need to have some cut of beef as a 1 seed.
Filet should be a 1 seed.
I bullshoot.
Filet
Okay.
should be
No,
a 1
dude,
seed.
it's never the first option. New York strip is the first option. Ribeye is the first option. Ribeye's not even on the list.
Why is
Wow,
Cat cleaning up
ribeye.
right now?
Ribeye.
What? Cat
is
also
ribeye not
looks
on the
very
list?
nice in a jacket.
Yeah,
did
you're
not
the only
dress up.
one dressed for a broadcast today. Okay. 1 seed, it really does come between filet mignon and New York strip. I think I would say which one takes it.
New York strip.
New York strip is not at the top of the menu.
I'm gonna
Filet
kick you in
mignon
the
is at the top of the menu.
dude.
I think he's right.
He's not right.
Filet
He's wrong.
is always the one. It's like
Okay,
the one on
let's get
display.
let's get the non-fatty piece of meat. The
Listen, I'm not
non-flavorful
saying-
piece of meat.
Okay, I'm not
maybe
saying
if you're
it's
a
my
housewife
favorite.
living in Beverly Hills, that's the 1 seed. No, you're not.
You
Look
know
at
what?
dude. You are a New York strip. You are not a filet
Listen,
mignon.
I like to be taken care of.
I look at him as a Chuck Eye,
Oh,
honestly.
God.
He's just got
Thank
one
you.
piece of thick grizzle right in the middle, but we're going to look past that because there's so many other rewarding
such a
characteristics about him.
Listen, all I'm saying is it's not my favorite cut, but it's the one that is the showpiece.
I don't
Okay,
think so. I
back
don't
to the
think that's
western
accurate.
side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Who's the 2 seed underneath Bacon?
The 2 seed under Bacon.
I
Kind
think
of-
I think it's ribs.
bacon-
I think it's ribs or wings.
I think it's ribs.
I think that's a 2.
I think ribs is a 2.
So
okay.
then that needs to go on the very bottom. Right?
I think
Okay.
ribs is a 2. I think
Okay.
ribs is a 2. I think bacon is a little high at 1, to be
It
quite
is.
honest.
Hmm.
Only, and I love it, and I would choose it, but you got to strip,
Huh?
right? I'm telling you, you got to strip, and then I'll tell you which one my cut is.
You mean right now?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't mind, listen, we're trying to get likes. Oh, you got brisket.
We do have
Brisket has
brisket.
to be a 2.
I don't know if brisket, but because she's right about wings.
Ribs.
Well, ribs, yeah, but I'm saying we need another 2 seed.
Oh, on the other side, wings.
I think wings are
Okay.
high up.
Okay, well, I agree.
2?
You're having a football party. You're bringing wings.
That's what I'm saying.
There,
Like
it's there.
wings, anything that's served ubiquitously, and it's from a Super Bowl party like that, you have to have wings on the table.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay.
people will vote you off the island.
All right.
Okay, so we have our 1 and 2 seed on the east and the west. We move on to our 3s on the western
you better
side.
say strip.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. Are we going to put strip on the opposite side of the bracket from filet,
Golly.
or do they go head to head coming down to our meat championship?
Yeah.
I mean, in the name
Yeah.
is New York.
I know it feels like it should be on the east.
Yeah.
It should be. Gosh, yeah. Yeah, let's throw it here.
Okay.
Okay, 3 seed.
Okay.
New York strip. There we go.
Look at that. It's happening.
Okay.
This is unbelievable.
Which then brings us to the west coast, west side of the bracket.
Which means it could be a filet strip matchup here.
it could be on making
On
our
the
way,
east-
whittling down to the
Right.
final 4. Yeah.
Okay, now you understand why it was a bad idea to have them both.
3
Mm,
on the. Would you rather have them duke it out here on one side?
Sure.
Okay.
Fletch not happy
silly.
with that
We
pick.
could have conserved so much space.
How about this? I would say beef jerky is strong. It's high up. The other one would be tri-tip, and that has to be on the western
I would
side.
say tri-tip is at least a 3 seed, if not a 2. Beef
All right.
jerky probably feels like more of a 4 seed.
okay,
Okay.
3 seed.
3
We
seed.
have tri-tip.
Tri-tip. That means it would be going up against.
I wrote trip.
That's fine.
That
We
is-
understand. You could have wrote 3-tip.
Tri-tip. There it is.
Done.
And actually, how fun. If 3 seed is tri-tip, you guys.
That is fun.
Wow.
That is fun.
That is
Hey, you guys.
All right. So tri-tip off the list on the western side of the bracket as it stands right now on the west side. 1 seed bacon, 2 seed ribs, 3 seed tri-tip, eastern side of the bracket. 1 seed filet, 2 seed wings, 3 seed New York strip. So where do we go next? Do we stay in that beef jerky realm and we add it to the list right now?
Or do we see bacon go up against cold cuts head to head right off the bat?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so you want
saying, they would say it'd be an 8 seed.
you want to throw an 8 seed up there?
Cold cuts should probably be an 8 seed.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
actually-
correct.
It's going to get crushed by bacon.
right. But
Bacon is going to crush a lot of folks here.
I just don't know that cold cuts, even though it's a house staple, a Sando staple, I don't know that it deserves to make it past round 1.
Wow.
This seed, that's
Now,
hard to do.
here's the other problem, though. Is tuna a higher seed than cold cuts?
Actually, maybe it's the 8 seed against filet.
Okay, well, it's done.
Oh my
It's
god.
over.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
it was a great run, tuna.
Yeah, tuna. I'll tell you what, tuna would have to do a lot of work in the first half if they're going to take down filet mignon.
Absolutely. They got to come in strong.
Holy cow. Okay, wow, that was quick work. So cold cuts off the list. Tuna off the list.
Wow.
Did not expect it to, but it is an 8 seed.
Now,
All right.
fried chicken, I would say Kentucky, you're on the eastern side of the bracket.
Yeah, is that our 4 seed?
Pretty strong.
Yeah, it's pretty,
Pretty
strong.
strong.
Now it could end up going head to head with wings. That would get weird, would it not?
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that matchup.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, a 4th seed on the eastern side of the bracket. Fried chicken drops on the list.
Okay, fried chicks right there.
The
Okay.
eastern side's almost full, by the way.
The eastern side-
This seems crazy.
We're missing a 5 and a 6 and a 7 seed on the east side. We have our 1, 2, 3, and 8 on the west, which maybe we should go back to the west because we have a lot, and I mean a lot of good ones. Like ground beef feels like it's deserving of a 4 seed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ground. Yes, you are correct.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Baby, are
I
you
feel
with
that's
me? Oh, yeah.
I was just about to sing that.
So crazy. She beat us to it. It's unbelievable. It's like a total mind meld.
Okay.
Ground beef, GB.
GB takes the 4th seed on the western side.
Okay.
All right. Now we need a 5 seed.
For both sides of
For
the
both
bracket.
sides.
I think that ground beef right off the top goes against hot dogs.
Wow.
Whoa.
So it's basically hot dogs and hamburgers going against each other
Uh-huh.
in the opening round of our bracket.
I don't hate it, but I mean, hot dogs is all done. There ain't no way.
I mean,
It deserves-
There ain't no way.
It deserves a quick death.
I don't like the way you talk. All right.
yeah, that makes me sad what you just said.
Wait, so I leave for 2 minutes and you guys fill in the whole thing? It's because you had no one to argue all your stupid points.
Okay. Well,
Take a
here's what we did while you were missing. We put fried chicken as a 4 seed on
Yeah.
the eastern side.
That feels right.
Okay. We put. Were you here for New York strip?
That feels way too low. New York strip, I feel like should be a 2, but I'm okay with it.
could be a sleeper. It
but
could
you
be-
were
Wait,
here when wings.
over New York strip.
You were here
Hold
when.
on, wings and fried chicken need to be reversed in this case.
Whoa, what? You think
know what?
wings are a 4 seed?
Wait, you over fried chicken?
You think fried chicken is a dose?
I would go strip, fried chicken, wings.
Man, that
I
hurts
don't.
my
I don't
heart.
feel
no,
that at
no,
all.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I feel like it's right.
Ooh, hang on. We have brisket just hanging out here.
Yeah,
and we have
brisket.
hot dogs as a 5 seed.
Yeah,
Is
there
that
ain't no way. There ain't no way that brisket is lower than a hot dog.
Okay. So brisket makes the list.
How
on
did
the
hot
east
dogs
side.
even make the list?
Buddy,
thought that
You
we
were
killed
here
them.
for all
No,
of
but I
this.
thought we killed hot dogs in favor of sausage.
okay, well, we
No,
do have
sausage is a standalone.
It's its own thing. It's its own damn thing. As a matter of fact, kind of carrying out the work of the caboose here is sausage, lobster, pork chops, and that's it, folks.
Also, am I insane for thinking sausage needs to be higher than hot dogs? Like, what the hell are we doing
What?
here?
So should sausage, that's hard to say, be on the western side with hot dogs?
I would say wipe out hot dogs at 5 because I think that's our one extra. I thought we decided we were killing hot dogs on the list.
I mean, I don't remember ever
was
hearing
never
anybody
decided.
say
You were here
anything
actually
like
for the
that.
decision
we'll see if
process.
there's one
One of
left
the
over because
craziest
I think
things I've ever heard in
I
my
don't
life.
think we have hot dogs on the list.
I think it's on the list. I mean, it was on the list
It's on
that
the
I was
list.
drawing
It's-
from. I don't
it's
know.
Still counting. Uh-huh.
So crazy.
Yeah, no. So we need to give.
By the way, hot dogs is above a pork chop.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, so is pork chop next in at a 6 seed somewhere?
It's got to be, right?
And does it go
Well,
East
hold
Coast
on.
or West Side?
Hold on, though. Lobster is another one
Lobster's-
that would be top of a menu.
I
Okay,
feel like we have to put lobster on the East.
lobster against New York
Yeah,
strip.
lobster rolls.
Mhm.
Yeah, lobster. Okay, lobster.
Seems like somebody said that right at the start of this thing. It's crazy.
I wonder who it was.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Oh
That's
wait,
right.
pork chop 6 seed.
Yeah, come on.
Okay,
Harris is
sausage,
saying we
though?
did not give enough love to shrimp.
pork chop.
He's
didn't
saying
even
he would
think
have
about shrimp.
over hot dogs.
Although a lot of shrimp allergies. A lot of shrimp allergies.
That's true. It can kill folks.
Mhm. That's why I
What
don't
can't kill folks?
That's a great point
Yeah,
too.
because you could choke on any
Yeah,
of
you
this.
eat a rib and you leave too much bone in.
Yep.
And we know
Here's a-
Rich, he loves bone
I
in.
think we've got.
I really
think
do.
we've got sausage and beef jerky left to place.
Well, beef jerky. Yeah, you're right. Beef
Oh,
jerky is a
BJ.
7 seed. Beef jerky
BJ,
is a
yeah,
7
BJ's
seed.
7 seed.
Now, does it go against wings or does it go against
It
ribs?
feels Western to me.
Yeah,
It
does.
feels Western. Now,
You know what,
that one, the 7-2 matchup already, if that's beef jerky versus ribs.
I like that matchup because over here it would then be sausage versus wings.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Okay, hang on. So we're gonna go BJ over here, beef jerky against ribs.
That is going to be a crazy matchup.
Oh, I just wrote beef ribs. That is not. That's
Nope.
not what.
No,
that
we
is.
combined ribs to one.
Oh,
Oh,
beef jerky. Okay, nobody panic.
Beef
Everything's fine.
jerky.
Beef jerky, and then over here, what do we say? Sausage,
That's it.
Hmm.
and that's our bracket.
That
folks.
is the bracket.
I don't feel good about it.
What do you want to change? Okay, you can make a change right now.
Okay. I'm gonna get it up close so everybody can see.
Done.
Speak now, Fletcher. Forever hold your meat.
I know. Hang on. That's a good one, Cat.
Say forever hold your meat.
Yeah.
That's solid. I guess I'm good with it.
Yeah, okay. After all that, we sat here in silence. Anyone on the text stream? Anybody think something should be switched around?
Does anybody have
We could
beef
deliberate.
with
The,
our
the
bracket?
only one that's
Whoa,
popping
look
up
at that.
over and over again is takedown hot dogs.
Take down hot dogs.
I mean, what's crazy about taking hot dogs and Fletch, if you could
But
switch
what's
me back
going
from
up?
the bracket.
Is
over.
it a porterhouse going up in favor of hot dogs? Because
No, this is saying shrimp.
Okay,
shrimp
Hang
over
on.
hot dogs?
hang on. We're gonna get real close.
I
to
do
this
think
board
hot
right
dogs needs to be taken off the list.
I
versus
agree with
shrimp?
Well,
Fletch.
first of all, against ground beef, it's going to get laughed out of the room.
Well,
So
of
check
course
this
it
out.
will.
This is the western side next to. Look at the Hot Guys 2024
By
calendar.
the way, we need a new calendar. So any listeners would like to send one in.
So on the west side of the bracket, bacon is taking on cold cuts, followed by hot dog taking on ground beef. That is a 5-4 seed that basically pits two
That's hot dogs
American
against
favorites. It's crazy.
Hmm.
The 6 and 3 seed is pork chops taking on tri-tip. The 7-2 is beef jerky against ribs. I love these matchups on the west.
Yeah, I do
Solid.
too. I do too. Now, I mean, changing out hot dogs for shrimp, I disagree with that. I'm not rolling out to 7-Eleven and grabbing a shrimp off that rolly thing.
That's a good point. They and you know what? They don't roll well. We've tried. On the east side, we have filet mignon taking on tuna in the opening round.
This feels like a beatdown.
Okay, you say
No,
yeah.
dude, that is
Yeah.
a heavyweight matchup.
The 5-4 is
Tuna
brisket.
fillet.
Fried
Because you
chicken.
don't like tuna doesn't mean the rest of the world
No.
doesn't.
TV likes tuna.
I like tuna out of a can.
This
By
is-
the way, fried chicken against brisket, those are like two southern favorites.
Yeah.
You got
Oh
the
my
pit masters in the
gosh.
south.
That's hard.
And you
walk
got the
around
deep
Austin,
fried chicken.
Texas. That's
Whew.
the only thing
Oh
there.
my goodness.
The 6-3 seed is lobster, New York strip. That feels like a battle that's going to take place somewhere in Wall Street.
That is the surf and
That's
turf
surf and
meal
turf.
at most places.
Well,
and then-
or fillet.
Last, we have sausages
don't like?
at the 7-2 seed matchup. Sausages taking on wings. I think we have ourselves meat madness.
looks-
Yeah, I like it. I think this is meat madness, guys.
Mhm.
I would say hot dog stays over shrimp. That's my vote. What do we have in
I
this room?
agree with that. I like it. The fact that it is hot dogs versus hamburgers in the round one.
Okay.
When are you getting those types of
Kat, how you
matchups?
feeling?
I feel I've got no beef with our bracket.
That's
Ah.
75%. Rich, your vote doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I'm in. I think this is good. And I think next time you see our faces on YouTube, we're going to be announcing our winners from the Sweet 16 as we whittle our way down to the Elite 8, then the Final 4, and then we will crown the official meat champ of the 2020, what year is it?
Five.
2025 Meat Madness bracket. Thank you for your participation, everybody who is watching today.
People are pissed about hot dog.
I get it.
That is the only comment we're getting is
What,
why
that
is
it's even
hot dog
on
on
the
the
bracket?
list?
See, I agree. I think hot dogs
But
suck.
check this out. Look, Loyola of Chicago one time made the tournament.
Sister Jean.
Sister Jean, she became a star. How about this? UMBC, the Golden Retrievers, took down a 1-seed Virginia. You remember a 16?
How about
No.
out of Davidson, a short little guy that everyone said he's not going to do nothing.
And then he went on and made motorcycles.
No, his name is Steph
Steph
Curry.
Curry.
Oh, I thought you said Harley Davidson.
No, but you know what? Davis, well, maybe, I don't know. Look, the point is, folks,
I hate Travis Dale so much.
there's going to be some trouble in the bracket. There is every year. But we're going to work it out here during Meat Madness. The month of March has a brand new bracket. You're welcome, America. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.